One thing I get asked a ton is when should you use a weight belt and what weight belt should you use? So first things first, there is no hard and fast rule of when you should implement a weight belt. You do have to have some things in place first though. First thing, you need to know how to brace properly because a belt is not gonna help your back or fix certain things about your form. If your form is already shit, it's not gonna get better by slapping on a belt. So learn how to brace properly and then you can brace into the belt and cause further stabilization when you're lifting. So going into the 3 different types of lifting belts. First type of belt that I recommend, especially for beginners, is a Velcro belt. So this one has a lot of advantages because you can get it to the perfect size exactly every single time because there's no holes, there's just Velcro. The downside is these ones aren't usually as stiff or robust as something like a power belt or a lever belt. That being said, second on my list is my personal favorite. This is a Rogue 7mm belt. I like this because it has just the normal belt buckle, so you can kind of alter it based on the day, which is really good for women because, you know, sometimes you're bloated, sometimes you feel super skinny, so it's good to be able to adjust according to how you're feeling for the day so that you can get a good tight fit. The only downside is if you are in between holes, there's not really a better alternative. Either it's going to be too loose or too tight. And the last type of belt I'll go over is a lever belt. So these are very common in powerlifting. These are great because you're really locked in when you use a lever belt and you can do the cool little flippy thing when you're done with your set. The only downside, depending on the type of lever belt you have, is your belt holes are a little bit limited. So if you are super bloated or feeling super lean for the day, you can't adjust. You literally have to take like the whole lever off, which is kind of a pain. I know there are other lever belts with a few different holes, so if you have one of those, for you, I just don't personally have one, so I'm not really a big fan of the lever belt, but that's just my opinion.